to have some fans in the stands, and just getting back to baseball. And so a lot of fun yesterday. Yeah, no, not much to say, but except a lot of excitement.
Yeah, limited seating, obviously, but it still, did you get a sense that there was a crowd there? Was it meaningful to the players? Was there some commentary about what it meant to have people actually at a ball game again?
I think everybody that came into the dugout from the walk over to the complex, and obviously they put their stuff in the dugout, and then they go out and stretch and throw. I think, man to man, I heard a comment of just how nice it was to have fans there.
And as far as the ball game went, how did you feel about how your team played, and specifically, what did you see out of Motorhome yesterday?
Yeah, I thought overall there were a lot of positives. I thought, in specific with Morihone, I thought his fastball played well. I thought his misses were small. He was trying to go down in the zone and maybe missed a ball or two below at times. I thought early on he had problems getting the secondary over, which I think that probably led to some runs. But the most encouraging thing was the way he finished up. He had runners first and second, and then all of a sudden he got the secondary into play, into the zone. I think he had 2 or 3 strikeouts on the slider, which was great to see. And I love the way he finished up the game.
Yeah. As far as Kim, your first chance to see him in live competition at the plate, what did you think? I was kind of curious that he swung at the first pitch. What do we know about his patience level? Is he generally a more patient batter, or what can we kind of expect about him approach wise?
Well, I think he's ready to hit from the first pitch, and that's what we've seen, through video and then through this camp and the live BP. He's jumped on some pitches over the plate early. He seems extremely comfortable in the box. His pitch recognition has been really good. He doesn't really chase, and early on, he's looking for a couple spots over the plate, and I think that's what we saw yesterday, to be able to come in. First pitch that he saw, be able to pop the safety off and pull the trigger and barrel it up. And then equally impressive, he goes back, the second at bat and, smokes a ball to center field. So I thought he didn't seem nervous in the box at all.
Yeah. As far as Chris Paddock goes, are we going to see basically the same Chris Paddock in terms of his approach, but just hopefully because of the mechanical changes that he's been working on, a little bit more command of the fastball in the zone?
Yeah, and especially the first outing or so, we want to see him carry some of those things over, be aggressive, go down in the zone, go top of the zone, change speeds. Most importantly, I want to see a lot of strikes. I want to see a man on the attack, and I think that's what we're going to get.
As far as his cutter, started seeing it in the middle of the season last year. I know you've been maybe working on it in spring a little bit, but it became more of a part of his repertoire in game. Now that he has it, working from it with spring training, are we going to see that incorporated a little bit more? And where does that rank in terms of his confidence of his repertoire?
Well, I think part of the plan with Paddock is to just be the athlete that he is. So I wish I could tell you that, we're going to do A, B, and C. But part of his plan is not being robotic. So whether it's fastball changeup, whether it's cutter, whether it's curveball, we're going to kind of wait and see how it feels. And we're just encouraging him right now. If that pitch is working, be an athlete and go attack.
Awesome. Thanks, Jayce.
We'll go to AC.
Just wanted to confirm, is Gore is going after Snell, and might Musgrove be after Gore?
I'll give you Gore after Snell. Yep.
Who's all pitching today after Chris?
Baez is in there, and I don't have the list. I left it back on the desk. But right now we're going Paddock to Baez, and I think there's 3 others behind him.
Do you have any plans in the next few days? I mean, you guys were one of a couple teams that went 9 innings. Do you have any plans in terms of not going 9 innings yesterday? Most people didn't go 9 innings yesterday.
Yeah, we're trying to go 9 when possible, and that's when those things match up. I believe right now we're scheduled for 7 today. We're still waiting. Tori and myself have been in conversation on what we're going to do, for tomorrow. We're both trying for 9. We don't know if that's going to happen yet, but we were going to circle the wagons at the end of the day, and then also one more time tomorrow morning, and kind of see where we're at.
Thank you.
We'll go to AJ.
Jayce, I think it's probably one thing to identify with Chris Paddock, the fastball spin and where he needs to get it back to 2019. But is it another thing to like how does he go about actually restoring what the fastball that he had in 2019? Is that something that's probably easier said than done?
Yeah, I think if you're waiting till the beginning of spring training, I think you're fighting an uphill battle. So I think to your point, it's a process, and it's one that honestly, when you see guys, work on making some changes or some adjustments, and sometimes it's just getting it back to, where you were maybe a previous year. A lot of the heavy lift into that has to be done the months of November, December, and January. Fortunately, Chris has kind of taken that and worked on that and test-driven that. And, hopefully, like I said, we're going to see some of that today. But sometimes these things, sometimes they're simple fixes. Sometimes it takes a little while to make some adjustments. And I'm just happy that Chris took the bull by the horns and started his process early November and has been working through it.
Go back to Scam.
Yes, I was having dinner last night with another baseball person, and we were kind of getting into a little bit of a discussion about the shortened innings and how it's designed to protect pitching. He's a former position player. His argument was, yeah, but you're cheating a bunch of hitters out of getting opportunities to hit with runners on base. And so is there sort of the flip side of that coin in terms of maybe hitters not getting as many opportunities to be in run driving in situations? I mean, do they get cheated in your efforts to try to protect pitching, I guess is the question.
Sure. I think it's a fair point. But I also think, this rule that Major League Baseball has allowed us, it's 2 weeks. So I think we're also going to have time to, for the final 2 weeks of spring training to cover both. And why I think it's a fair point. I think doing everything in our power, certainly Major League Baseball, going from 60 to 162, and look, it's not a secret. The industry in general, we have to do a better job of keeping our pitchers, the star pitchers, the starting pitchers. We have to do a better job for the game of keeping these guys on the field. So I think, right now to be able to experiment and try to get these guys built up, we may have to sacrifice a little bit, but I do feel confident after 2 weeks we'll get back to what we all know as baseball.
Thanks.
Time for a couple more. We'll go to AJ.
Jayce, has Castillo faced hitters yet? And do you know when he might if he hasn't?
He's done some live BP, yes. And some backfield work, and we're going to continue to do that. And then hopefully here short, we'll get him into the spring training game action here shortly.